So let me tell you a D&D story. I had a party. This was a pretty long time ago. But I had a party where they were wandering through the countryside, and one of them was a wild magic sorcerer. It's kind of hard for me to remember exactly everything at this point, but I want to say it was the little potato man. The little potato man was the wild magic sorcerer. Why was he little potato man? Listen, you can't get hung up on all the little details of my D&D stories. They will drive you mad. Suffice to say, he was a little potato man, and he had wild magic. And we weren't satisfied to just use that boring old D&D chart. Nah, we had to go get one of those wild-ass charts that had 100 things on it. And anyway, he cast a spell, and the spell Wild Magic Surge said that a dragon, an illusion of a dragon appears. Well. You see, there was another member of the party, Stills the Wind, a little goblin man, and he has a dragon in his backstory. So me, being big brain, was like, whoa, not an illusion of a dragon. What if the actual dragon appeared? And that would give me a chance to introduce the dragon into the plot, have it sort of bully the players a little bit, build up some animosity so that later when they really fought it, it would be a little more exciting, right? So that was my plan. There were two other members of the party. One was a snooty elf. And one was this is a picture of a swordsman. This is a character that person played, but this is not the character that was in the game. The character was actually like a construct with a body made of like star metal or something like that. Regardless. So these four players were all hanging around. Suddenly, this green dragon appears. And that's where I made what I think was my big mistake in this situation, which is that I ended the session. Because the one thing you should never do is let Mattwilljackson, one of his characters, have a week to plan. Because what he did is he got the little potato man player and the robot star guy player together, and they formulated a little stratagem. So the next week when I did my When Last We Left Our Heroes, I did not know that I was walking into an ambush. My dragon appeared. He was flying around, tormenting them. Suddenly, they get the potato man onto the dragon's back and cast polymorph to turn him into a giant dinosaur to drag the dragon out of the sky and crash it into the earth. Now, this also destroyed the polymorph, so the potato man was back to being a potato man. And this is sort of where their plan ended. They had figured out a very clever way to get the dragon out of the sky. Put a potato man onto his back, make it very large, make him crash down. That's all great. But then when the dragon got on the ground, it just started to sort of whoop their asses. Just breathing fire and breathing poison and slashing and clawing. And in pretty short order, the robot and the potato man were full ass dead. And these were not characters with Revivify. So, yeah, Stills the Wind here sort of just scampered off into the wilderness. The snooty elf also scampered off into the wilderness. The dragon reigned supreme and still exists in my setting to this day. I think the moral of the story is, first of all, never give that bastard Mattwilljackson a week to plan, because he will ruin your day. The other moral of the story is probably your plan cannot end with getting the dragon on the ground, because at that point what you have succeeded in creating is a dragon on the ground. And that's what happened in my D&D game.